Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're here. We're here. Yeah, we're here. How's everybody doing today? All right, I'm gonna do my little shout out. You know what I'm saying? How's everyone though? Yo, what's good, boys? Good to see everyone today. One sec, copying link. I am live on YouTube right now grading every MLS club's winter windows. It's gonna be very, very controversial. So tap the link right now if you want to join the discussion. I don't know. I don't know if it's actually going to be controversial. But it's great to see everyone grading every MLS club's off season now. And yes, I know there are some big moves that are on the verge of happening today, so we will talk about those. But let me just post this link and then we'll get into it. Hi, Estrada. Good to see you, man. There we go. What's up, Give and Go? All right. How we doing, boys? How we doing? I'm going to let more people get in real quick. But so basically how this is going to work is I have the tier list. We're grading them. We're not doing no B+, B-. We're just going to go A, B, C, D, E, but we'll rank them within their tiers. So that will give you a better picture of who's a B+, who's not. The way we're going to do it is we're going in alphabetical order with the logos here. And pulled up on my screen, I have this link, which has all the transfers of every team, so you could see who's in, who's out from each club. And then again, I know this is a FIFA database, but I like visually looking at depth charts occasionally. Obviously, Dejan Joveljic isn't on the Galaxy anymore, but it's nice to kind of see where the players fit on the squads. I don't really care about the ratings. It's more just looking at depth at positions and stuff because I don't have my own depth chart set up. So that's how we are going to do it. But I hope everyone's doing great today. Everyone already saying theirs. We are going to get into that just in a second. Story posted, sending it to my channel. And then we will be live. But this is going to be a good one. This is one that people are going to watch afterward too. So if you're watching on demand, good to see you guys. And make sure you hit up these live streams soon. Should we get into it? Timbers are facing Club American Oskin. Q2 has hosted a match like this. Yeah. Yeah, we're not going to do B pluses or, but I'll rank them within their tiers. Maybe I'll say if I believe they're B plus or something. But this is interesting. This is the first non-gaming stream I've done in a while. This is the first one I'm using my desktop for in a minute. So it's a little interesting. We finally have one where I'm just yapping. But we will be yapping. So without further ado, let's start it off with an easy one. Atlanta United. I mean, why can't I drag them? There we go. Straight into the A tier, and they might be the number one team. I think they arguably have had the best offseason of any MLS club. One of the biggest turnarounds we'll see from a team that surprised everyone in the playoffs. They upset Inter Miami. Sure, they didn't go much farther after that. But either way, they're an 8th seed, and they got rid of no one important. You look at the guys they lost. Franco Ibarra, not really worth it. No one in this squad right here that they lost. Even Santiago Sosa kind of fell off on the end of his time with Atlanta. They didn't lose anyone, but look who they gained. Tiare re-signed. He came up big in the playoffs. Hernandez re-signed. That's great. Matej Klich from DC United, he was kind of meh in DC. I think he was a DP there. I don't know if he's still a DP for Atlanta or maybe I'm just tripping, but I think he fits a lot better in what Atlanta United are doing. And then, of course, the big ones, Miguel Almiron. Even if he sucks, it's still a W signing because it's Miguel Almiron and it just feels right. And then Latte Lath, he's apparently really fast. I'm a little bit nervous about the fee. 22 million for an English championship player is a little scary, but Latte Lath is supposedly really good, super fun and fast. And, that's the type of player that Miguel Almiron's great. Miguel Almiron's a great player in transition. So you get a speedster up the middle playing with him, and just look at the squad right now. I mean, we're going to do my preseason predictions next week, but this squad is looking very, very, very strong. You got this midfield trio with Click, Bartosz Liege, who I think is pretty underrated. Moranchuk, I think give him another year in MLS, plus he has more attacking options with him. They keep Sabalobjanidze with Miguel Almiron and Tiare and Latte Lath up top. Gregerson's a decent defender. Their backline's okay. We'll see how Guzan holds up, but I mean, is there anywhere else? Okay, he's not a DP. Good to know. By the way, I won't be able to check the chat while I'm checking the windows, so I'm gonna have to go in and out. But that's even better that he's not a DP. So yeah, Atlanta United goes into the A. Next we have Austin FC. I'm gonna look for most of them. I'm gonna look at the ins and outs before I grade them. But Atlanta was just too obvious. So Austin FC. I think we see a lot of improvements here. They got rid of Sebastian Driussi, which seems like it should be an L, but it's actually not, because Driussi was toxic. He didn't want to be there. He wasn't putting in full effort. So yeah, they got rid of him and they spent money. They dropped like 22 million this window, 30 million if you count what's his name, Dakari. I think that's his name from last window. What's his name? Oh, Bukhari, sorry. Osman Bukhari. He's a right winger. So you have him playing right wing. You have Uzuni from Granada who's going to play up top. And then Brandon Vasquez could also play up top in a two-striker, or he could kind of play on the left side. So I think this team definitely improved this offseason. Do I think they absolutely got the best players they could for 22 million? I don't. But, let's see. I don't really know much about Duber Sarski. So if anyone has anything about him, obviously Ilya Sanchez is a great pickup in free agency. It's crazy that LAFC lost him. But look at the players they lost. Alexander Ring, he was a legend for them, but he's washed. Hector Menez washed. Finley washed. Jossie, I'll never say Jossie's washed, but he's washed. Where are you guys putting Austin? Where are you guys putting Austin FC? I'm holding something big. Hey, yo. Rebels are cooked during Leagues Cup. Well, we'll see about that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about Austin FC in the chat. I'm thinking B. Definitely not lower than B. But I don't know if they're absolute like A. I want to save the A for the A squads. So, you know what? For now, let's put them in B. B, D. High B. D. Y'all think Austin sucked this offseason? All right, well, no. They're staying in B for now. I might lower them. I think you're overrating how many teams had good windows, because I think Austin did, on the top of my head, had a better window than a lot of teams. All right, next club, Charlotte FC. You know what? They didn't do a lot, but they didn't need to, and what they did was amazing. You see these three signings here? They didn't mess around with these three signings. They got A-tier signings back to back to back. They bring back Pep Biel from Olympiacos, who I think give him more time. He's going to cook. Eric Williamson is a great depth piece. I don't think he's even going to start for Charlotte. And then Wilfred Zaha is Wilfred Zaha. Yes, he's on loan, but I have a feeling if he's doing well, they're going to buy him. I have a lot to talk about Charlotte next week in terms of predictions, because they're one of the clubs I want to look at. But if you look at them visually here, imagine Pep Biel as a starting cam. With Zaha on the left, Abada, who I think is going to have a big year on the right, Ajimong on top. You saw how he played. With the U.S. recently, and then they have that same backline as last year. I actually want to give Charlotte an A, even though they didn't make that many moves. I really think that, being a 6 seed last year, they're really going to build off it this year. I don't think they had the window Atlanta had, but I definitely think that Charlotte had a better window. Y'all think C for Charlotte? Losing Swiderski is not as big of a loss as you think, because he was not great. He was not good for them. He was a pen merchant. I think Charlotte is an A tier. I think maybe I'll put them high B for now, but I'll move them to A later if I want to, because I really think Charlotte did what they needed. It's not about making a ton of moves always. It's about making the right moves. Atlanta needed to make a lot of moves, and they did. Charlotte didn't need to. So that's where I stand. I care more about the quality of moves rather than quantity all day. Chicago Fire are next. Let's see what they did. We know they did a lot of quantity on here. They lost a lot of players, a lot of crap, honestly. And I mean, they got quite a few good players in here. Let's talk about Jack Elliott, probably the top free agent signing. They obviously have the new coach Greg Berhalter to lead the helm there. So Chicago, they're looking better this year. I mean, the big one that we saw here, Jonathan Bamba from Celtic Vigo, amazing. Barroso from Sporting CP, he should be a decent defender for them. Kouame, Cadiz, I missed this one. Let's see, where's he gonna fit on their? Okay, well, I'm not gonna do a FIFA rating, be a FIFA rating merchant, but looks promising here from Cadiz. I think they definitely upgrade their squad. I'm excited to see what Jonathan Bamba could do with Hugo Kuipers up top. I think, he should be what Shaqiri wasn't in Chicago. I definitely think they're no higher than B. Chicago for now, I'm going to put in C though. I am going to put in C, though. I don't think they had like a crazy good offseason. I think the other clubs I've ranked have definitely had better ones. Maybe I'll raise them later or not. Let's move on, though. FC Cincinnati. So this one is going to have a big question mark because we don't know what's going to happen. Apparently, Lucho Acosta is going to FC Dallas. So should that happen, that's an L. But also, they look like they're going to get Evander. So, I mean, if they get Evander for Lucho, that's not a downgrade. I'm not saying that's an upgrade, but that's not a downgrade. Sure, the system will be weird. They did get Kevin Denke, who I'm very excited to see. Hopefully, he could be great in MLS, but I'm worried that if he doesn't have the proper service, he's not going to be good. So they need to get that. Luca Orishano, is he back? I know they purchased him, but is he back in training since he fans? Is he around? Is he doing his thing? Because I think getting Evander, Kevin Denke, and if Orishano comes back, I think FC Cincinnati's still a top team in the East. No questions about it. So we'll see. Brian Anunga's a fine backup. Nick Hagland, you always got to bring back Nick Hagland. By the way, I'm going to go on record and say Nick Hagland is probably the best content creator I've ever seen. If you've ever followed Nick Hagland's Instagram, follow him. He is hilarious. But look at who they lost. Barreal. That sucks, but it was going to happen. Everyone else here didn't really do much for them. So they didn't lose much yet. So where are we going to put FC Cincinnati? I think you guys are being too harsh here. I think you guys... Oh, yeah, Orishano's training. Okay, well, Evander's a diva because Portland's toxic. Yeah, Evander's a diva because... Y'all really think D, man? Yeah, Barreal wasn't on the team. I'm gonna put them on C right now. And they could go up. But as they are right now, with Lucho still on the roster, I know he's not going to be. I'm gonna put them below Chicago. All right, next. The Colorado Rapids. Big transfer news. Tedku DiPietro traded with cash to the Colorado Rapids. The most Colorado Rapids move I've ever seen because they love distressed assets. And Ku DiPietro is one of those guys, and I think he's actually going to be good. They got Sam Bassett. Other than that, Ian Murphy, it's all right. They lost? Not really. They didn't really lose a lot. I'm surprised they declined Lalas Abubakar's option. I think maybe it's a money thing. But let's be honest, they didn't really do anything this offseason. They probably should have. So oh wait, what am I doing? Why is there an E here? What am I doing? There's no E grade. Jesus. Let me do that. I can't believe I left E tier. That's crazy. All right, what y'all thinking? I think Colorado's our first D. There's no way you could compare what Colorado has done to what Chicago, and at least Chicago made big moves. At least Cincinnati made big moves. Colorado did nothing. And I know I said sometimes you don't need to make big moves, but they're one of those teams that do if they want to be a serious club. They're a good team or whatever, but they're not good enough. First cold brew sip of the stream. Let's go. Who's up next? You think F? F might be down there. Yeah. Yeah, what's wrong, Ant? What'd the Rapids do, bro? Cincy splashed big on Danke. I'm sorry. I'm not a Rapid hater. I'm just keeping it real. The Columbus Crew. I might have to give them a letter G. G for Galaxy, because that's the new home of Christian Ramirez. Trialist number 17. You heard. Obviously, they made a lot of money. On the sale of Cucho Hernandez, but they haven't replaced him yet. And they lose Christian Ramirez and Yao Yaboa. And Matan, who I guess wasn't really that great. Lassi Lapalainen is actually a player I've always been pretty high on. He hasn't quite broken out yet, but he's that guy that's a year away from being a year away always. Come on. I mean, come on. I don't need to say anything more. FC Dallas. Speaking of the devil, Lucho Acosta. All right, we have a lot to talk about here. My God, they've done a lot this offseason. A lot of no. Well, it's cool to see Diego Pepe finally sign a homegrown contract. He's Ricardo Pepe's brother, obviously. Leo Chu, I think he could be interesting for them. Didn't quite fit Seattle. They made some big moves for the back line, getting Abubakar and Shaq Moore. Did they announce this guy today? Osaze? Was this the center back signing? I saw they were announcing a center back today. Sorry, I am going to FIFA search him. Osaze, okay. 23. That's nice. Good for them from League 2. I'm a little scared of League 2 as a Galaxy fan and the signings that we've gotten from that league before. If Dallas does get Lucho, I'm going to put them pretty middle of the pack because I don't think they got any game changers. And I'm not high on this current Dallas team. I mean, I think as of now, without Lucho, they are bottom of the league, close to. I mean, look at this. Yaramendi, he's not there anymore, right? Or maybe he is. Well, either way, you look at who they lost. Jesus Ferreira, Paul Arriola, Kosi Tafari, Alan Velasco. They lost like pretty much all their quality players except for Martin Paz and Peter Musa. Ooh, they have Sebastian Legit. Like, who cares? No offense, Dallas fans. But this team is looking very sus. And I don't think any moves that you've made yet push the needle for me. Maybe Lucho Acosta when it happens. Where do you guys rank them with the Lucho Acosta? Yeah, Yaramendi's not there. That's what I thought. Y'all putting him D? All right, wait. Added a bunch of mid players and added no one. Wait. With the Lucho Acosta, grade them with the Lucho Acosta move, please. By the way, I'm not picking my nose. I have a lot of dry skin. That's all that. With the Lucho Acosta. D, F, B, Eli, I'm him. Thank you. With Lucho, you put them in F? I got rid of E, guys. I got rid of E. F? All right, I'm going to make the executive decision. I'm going to put them in D. At least they made moves, I guess. Ooh. And now we're going to go to another team that sucks the D. DC United. Terrible offseason. Absolutely nothing. A team that has to do stuff. Oh, you see moves here, but it's a pile of nothing. Jose Kojima could be interesting. I'm excited for him. I don't think he's a game changer. Kim Jun-hong. Know nothing about him. He's a new Korean goalkeeper. Maybe he'll be good. But other than that, I mean, Brandon Servania is a player that I've also always kind of thought was a year away from being a year away. Barraza needed more opportunities to start. Lucas McNaughton's like a good fifth center back for your team. Like, this is a team that's supposed to be good. Randall Leal. He's kind of washed, though. They definitely lost more than they got. DiPietro, Alex Bono, Russell Canouse, Dahomey, Pedro Santos. I mean, none of these guys were game changers for them because, I mean, they don't have game changers outside of Benteke. I mean, should we look at this squad right now? Do we even want to, like, subject our eyes to what DC United looks like right now? No Teddy. He's gone. I mean, what is this? What are we cooking here? I think this team's a pile of garbage. I think they might be worst in the league. So I am absolutely putting DC in F without a question. And look at this. We're all organized. Will the next team be an A? Who's it going to be? Oh, no. Oof. Okay. Let's do this. Houston Dynamo. I think this team took L after L this offseason. And a lot of people thought I was tripping for saying Coco Carrasquilla was their best player. What did I miss? Y'all were saying he was a hothead, yes, but he was your best player. Hector Herrera was up there, but in my opinion, you know, Coco Carrasquilla. Shout out to Usman Silla signing for Orange County FC. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They lost nothing, or they lost a lot. They gained nothing back. Jack McGlynn, another one of those cash trades. I think he will have the opportunity to shine in Houston, which is good for him. But other than that, this team did absolutely nothing for me. Maybe Eric Duenas could finally break out. Junior Urso is, I guess, a good backup. But they didn't replace Hector Herrera. They didn't replace Coco Carrasquilla. Sebastian Ferreira, I'm glad they finally got rid of him. He was a pile of yes. I got to put them in F. I think slightly better than DC and Columbus, but they're still F tier for sure. Jack McGlynn, better talent. Oh, 100%. I think Jack McGlynn's good. I still think they're F. Because you lose Ache, you lose Coco Carrasquilla, you lose a ton of players. And yeah, getting Jack McGlynn is a W offseason move. I thought that was a great move. Oh boy, we got to talk about these fools. LAFC, right? They lost a lot. They did lose a lot of key guys. They lost a lot of guys that play, the fans love, and we're going to talk about the Galaxy. I think Galaxy and LAFC had very similar off seasons in a way. You know, they lose Jesus Murillo, thank God, because I hated him. They lose Ilie Sanchez, a fan favorite, Matej Bogusz, who they made a ton of money on, and you gotta give them credit for that. At least they bought him for like $1 million. They sold him for $10 million. That's a W investment. Carlos Vela, they brought him back, though. I believe they're bringing him back. I know it says option declined. But, you know, just looking at this, just looking at the players out, you would think LAFC had like the worst window ever. But what they got in return, I mean, Jeremy Abobasi, probably the best free agent available. I know I said about Jack Elliott, but Abobasi was up there. Odin, Thiago Home, and Igor Jesus. We don't know much about them yet, but maybe they're good in the midfield. Mark Delgado, I don't want to talk about him, but he's a good audition. Kosi Tafara, I think he's a good player. And then Yao Yaboa, I don't think Yao Yaboa fits in with this LAFC team very well, but either way, you know, he's a guy to have. He's the guy that scored against them in MLS Cup. What are we saying for LAFC, boys? I think like C. I think C. I was going to say C. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think LAFC comes out of this window as a better team per se, you know? And maybe we'll talk about that with the Galaxy. But for now, I'm going to put LAFC at a C. We're going to put them here. Oh, I do think they did get worse. They objectively got worse, but they're still really good. So it's not like did Chicago get better? I think so. Cincinnati, it's to be determined, so I guess we're going to put them at low C for now. We might change them later. LA Galaxy, this is the one y'all are waiting for, man. This offseason has been crazy for us. In the chat, and I'll check it in a sec, put where you think the Galaxy are. So at first look at the players out, dagger after dagger. Martin, oh! Gaston, oh! Jalen Neal, oh! Mark Delgado, no! Not to Levas! Dejan Jovic, oh! Gutted. You would feel like a gutted fish. But as I've talked about multiple times in videos, and my video last week actually did very well about how it sucks, how MLS teams have a hard time keeping themselves together because players are worth more money and they need to go, and sometimes contracts need to go. The Gaston Brugman trade made sense to me. He was a lot of money to be a bench player. Understood that. Martin Caceres, option decline. It sucks for the locker room. Whatever. Jalen Neal, he was a bench guy in the end for the Galaxy, and I was really hoping that this year he would step in to be a starter with Garcés, him and Garcés being a young center back duo. I guess that wasn't in the plan, so he's off to Montreal. Marky Mark, that one hurt. Not just because LAFC, but I just didn't envision him leaving. And then Dayon, that one sucked. And I guess the Galaxy wanted to trade him before his contract expired at the end of this season. So they were able to make money for him. So it makes sense. Galaxy are rumored to get a great replacement, which you don't see here. But of the replacements that we do see so far, Sean Davis is a fine replacement for Brugman. He's not better than Brugman, but he'll get the job done off the bench. Matthias Jorgensen, I've been a fan of. Apparently he was terrible for Anderlecht, but as a third center back, not bad. Marcin Kauski's whatever. Bringing back Maya is great. Brady Scott never played. Nephew never played. Elijah Winder, I've heard great things from him, and I've also heard great ththings from him at the Coachella Valley Invitational. It's looking good for him. And, he could be one of those underrated transfer moves. Lucas Sanabria, who's going to be our midfield replacement for Brugman, our real, starter at the 6. I don't know too much about him, but the fact that Will Kuntz has been raving about him and really was emphasizing how much he really wanted him, I think great move for the Galaxy. And then the guys that we have coming in, we have this Brazilian kid as the U22 striker who's supposed to be the next Dejan Joveljic, and the last guy we signed from Brazil was Gabriel Peck. So we all know how that went. And then obviously Christian Ramirez, who's not on this list yet, also known as trialist number 17. He is the perfect guy that's going to be able to start half of our matches for us, especially when the Leagues Cup happens and the CONCACAF Champions Cup. He's a guy you want to play in the CONCACAF Champions Cup because he has that experience. I think he's a great quick replacement. He's not going to be long-term, but maybe for the next couple of years and he comes home. What are y'all saying about him? This is a huge F. Oh, Senabria's an 8. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Saria's the 6. My bad. Yep. Yeah. My bad. All right. Yes. That my mistake. But yeah, Sario. That's why I was fine moving out of him. I'm gonna put Galaxy at B. Low B. I don't think we got better. I don't think the Galaxy got better. But I don't think we got like way worse. And I just need my king. I'm not gonna say Lord and Savior, but my king Marco Royce to step up this year, because this is going to be a big year for him. Who's next? Inter Miami. Oh, boy. I mean, the problem with Inter Miami is they sign so many guys constantly and then they get rid of them constantly. It's hard to keep track of this team. They sign so many random guys from the Argentine league that like plug in and then they're there for 6 months and then they leave. If you've noticed how many players Inter Miami has had over the last few seasons, they get injury replacements and stuff all the time. I mean, the guys they declined make sense for all of them. Diego Gomez, obviously they sold him. Leo Campana, they finally traded him to New England. Guys, Inter Miami has an open DP spot. Inter Miami has an open DP spot. Crazy, man. That alone should boost them up. And then Facundo Farias, I mean, he's supposed to be really good, but then he injured himself, so he couldn't play. Who'd they get in return? Fafa Pico, good backup. Allende, I believe he's a winger. Oops, I didn't need to go all the way that far. Oh, no, Allende's a striker, so you got your backup. No, he's a winger. That's what I thought. He's going to start, he could maybe be the left wing or right wing. Whatever it is, this team still looks great. Where do you guys rank this offseason? I mean, I don't want to go talk about how good Messi is and whatever right now. This is for the sickos. You think we got much better, Ant? I don't think we got much better. Yeah, and they acquired a spot from Inter. You know what? I do think Inter Miami deserves a high grade here. Ustari, goalkeeper, better goalkeeper than Drake. Okay. I mean, that just helps them. I think Inter Miami's a B. I don't think they massively... A tier is for the clubs that massively upgraded themselves. And there's a few on here. I'm looking at a few. I might boost some clubs up or down. Inter Miami didn't get a lot better. And if they did get... I think it's impossible for Inter Miami to get a lot better than what they were last year. Sure, they choked in the first round, but they were point record breakers. They're going in the B tier. I think that looks fine for me. For now, we may move more clubs up and down, but it keeps wanting to give me Sporting KC. I know they're not next. Minnesota United. What is Minnesota cooking? I think getting rid of Timo Pukki, W. It was not a Pukki party, man. Minnesota's not a Pukki party. Fragapane, they finally... That era is finally over. I thought he was solid throughout the years, but definitely fell off. I don't think they lost anyone important, really, if you look at it. I mean, Miguel Tapias for sure. Maybe their biggest loss. What is Minnesota even looking like this year? They're one of those teams, I'll be honest, I don't think about Minnesota United a lot. I mean, Kelvin Yeboah, they're going to give him the time to shine. He's the best penalty taker I've ever seen in MLS. So Bongi, still there. Robin Lutz stays underrated. This team's probably going to sneak into the playoffs and get outed in the first round, but, at least they'll make the playoffs. That's kind of just Minnesota sports, feels like. What are we feeling? What are we feeling for Minnesota, man? I don't think I'm not too high on these guys right now. Real Salt Lake soon. I'm going in alphabetical order. So when I get there, So Salt Lake will be near the end. Minnesota, I'm giving it a D. Hoyeon Jung. Is he on here? No, this is Sangbin. He's been there. I don't know anything about him. So I really can't rank him, if I'm being honest. Nicholas Romero. Is he on here? Okay, 20-year-old center back. That's a good signing from the Argentine League. I'll give him that. I mean, C. I saw on Sunday. Okay. I'm excited, Ant. You think they're C? Ooh, I don't know. I think they're kind of in the D range. They're high of D. Top of D. CF Montreal. They made a lot of new moves. A lot of lateral moves. And I think they are the... CF Montreal, to me, is becoming the Colorado Rapids of the East. They are the distressed asset FC. Look at who they brought in. Fabian Herbers. Jalen Neal. Giacomo Vrioni. New England finally got rid of Vrioni. W. But maybe he could show something. Maybe he could do something for once. I mean, I guess he might start for them. Who they got starting in Montreal right now? I mean, it's not Joseph Martinez. We know that. Oh, no. Mahalo Poki's still going to start over him. But either way, I don't think they did much. I think Dante Seeley has a high ceiling still. Brandon Craig, I still have high hopes for. This is D. I mean, they definitely lost more than they gained, but they also didn't have a lot to lose anyways. I mean, I don't think they lost actually a lot more than they gained. I think they did all right. But they didn't do anything important here. I'm going to put them in D for now unless the chat says something else. Yeah, Minnesota did get rid of Pukki. If you put New England over A to D, then I don't agree. What? Hot on Super Bowl halftime show was good. It was really good. I mean, my big confessions, I don't listen to rap at all, but Kendrick's cool. And I like the messages, with the Uncle Sam and everything. Oh, God. We're going to talk about Nashville SC, man. I'm about to get clapped by them. They be watching my stuff. Nashville. Gaston Brugman was a W. I know I said, the Galaxy didn't necessarily need him, but he is a massive upgrade in the midfield for them. And didn't they lose? Yeah, they lost Anibal Godoy. I mean, they intentionally did, at least. They didn't get worse. They didn't get better, though. Actually, they might have gone worse. Andy Nahar in 2025 is kind of crazy. Brian Acosta, if this is the same guy that was on Dallas many years ago, kind of crazy in 2025. I don't know. I'm not liking this. I'm not getting any big. Oh, God, y'all are going to see my burner count. Y'all are going to see my burner account. Wait, I'm going to not go to the search bar. I swear, yeah, Tom announced, it looks like the Lucho stuff's for sure happening. Patrick Ajimong. I could have sworn he announced something for Nashville today. Philadelphia Union, oh my God, are they? Okay, this guy. U22. Let's look him up. Let's look him up real quick, because I don't know anything about this guy. A Cam? U22 Cam? Okay. Gonna play left wing maybe for them? Okay, Nashville. What are we feeling? What are we feeling here for Nashville? Underdog of MLS this year? I'll get to that next week. Next week is my full season predictions. I think Nashville still. I'm going to put them in the D, and I'm going to put Montreal in the F. I think that looks better. All right, wait, Nashville, they're going to be high D. Dallas, you know what? We're moving Dallas up to C because they're getting Lucho. We're moving them up to C because I'm feeling like Lucho's happening. All right. Ooh, is it the Revs? Do we get to talk about the Revs? Yes, we do. The Revs had one of the busiest off seasons and have had the busiest off season easily. One of them. And I think they've cooked. I think they've cooked with what they have. Losing Barrero sucks, but he was injured. Tim Parker, losing Parker, Mensah. Parker specifically sucks. Mark Anthony K, though, straight upgrade for Mark Anthony K. No offense, in the year 2025. I think I'd take Jackson Ewell over him. Absolutely. I think being the landing spot for Leo Campana is actually great. Because Leo Campana is not a bad player whatsoever. But Inter Miami doesn't want a player like him as a DP. So I think he's a great signing. Bringing back Noel Buck is great from loan. He's going to probably start. Eli Feingold, I've watched a lot of, and he is an incredibly young, incredibly skilled right back, especially on the attacking end of things. So I think New England has had a good offseason. I mean, they didn't really lose anyone that important. They finally got rid of Rioni, which I said is a W. They did make some money. I really don't want to pronounce his name right now and make a fool out of myself, but, he was a great young player for them. Losing Dave Romney's whatever. Alex Bono, he'll be a good backup goalkeeper for them. Maybe I'm too high on this New England team, but I think New England's actually going to compete next year in the East, at least for a playoff spot, maybe not top 4. But this squad looks good. Ignore this. Peyton Miller is a great left back. Ignore his rating. I think another season with Langoni. You got Campana. I think this front 4 is actually going to be really, really deadly. Is this Yusuf guy new? Yeah, I think they just brought him in from Antwerp. I think this team's good. I don't know what you guys are thinking. Luis Diaz should be a good signing. B. Yeah, I think New England is a B. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good with putting them in a B. I think they're next to Inter Miami. If I were to rank these clubs off season so far, I think it's pretty much in this order. I think everything's in order so far, especially if Nashville gets that the U22 attacker. Red Bulls. You already? Oh no, New York City FC straight to F. Straight to F. NYCFC, what are you doing? You guys are trying to be a good soccer team, right? Right? And they're about to lose Santiago Rodriguez, their best player. And they've done absolutely nothing about it. Re-signing Maxi Morales, he's 38 years old. He's still good. I like him. Whatever. He's a great player. They've done absolutely nothing but subtract. They've already lost McFarland, Sands. They gone. Andrade, he wasn't with them last year anyways. They've just brought in a couple homegrowns, re-signed Maxi Morales, and then signed a backup goalkeeper. Is this the type of move? Are these the type of moves you want to make? Are these the type of moves you want to make to stay competitive? Especially when we're going to talk about your rival next. We're going to talk about your rival next. And I couldn't think more opposite. I cannot think more opposite. I mean, I am going to go out on a limb now. We haven't finished yet. I think NYCF's had the worst offseason because they've done absolutely nothing. And yes, they had a good team last year. Maybe they're trusting the process with the guys they have. If you lose Santi Rodriguez, it's Jover, man. Especially because, the window, TikTok on the window, man. They already, to me, weren't good enough. And if you lose Santi Rodriguez, your centerpiece, nah. All right, enough about that. Sorry to the NYCFC fans. The Red Bulls, however, losing GMI was pretty tough. I'm not going to lie. To Holstein Kiel, hopefully they stay up. Andres Reyes, I don't like Andres Reyes. I think he is a sellout. Because he claimed to be injured. First of all, it was great. He got them to MLS Cup. He scored the winning goal. He claimed to be injured MLS Cup. I was at MLS Cup, and at halftime, I go out into the corridor, and Andres Reyes is out there laughing it up, saying, haha, oh my God, everything's so cool, while his team was down 2-1 in the MLS Cup final. I lost so much respect for him there, and he's going to San Diego, so I don't have to like him anyways. But I'm glad he's gone. Elias Manuel, good trade there. Don't need him. But look at who they got. They brought back Tim Parker, which I think is great for the culture, but also he's still a decent enough center back. Alexander Hack I believe from the Bundesliga. I forgot which club. But Alexander Hack from Germany. Where did they get him from? Or he was from Mainz, but they got him from the Saudi League. He should be decent. They have a decent back line now. And then, their biggest, Raheem Edwards, I just love him personally. But Choupo-Moting on a free. I know a lot of people are hating on him being a DP. But if you take away the DP label from him, he is a proper player for this system. He's going to play very nicely with Forsberg and with Lewis Morgan up top. I'm super excited to see that trio perform. He's a great hold-up striker. He's a great target striker. And he brings something different to the table that the Red Bulls haven't had over the last few years with Dante Van Zier, and they finally got rid of that racist piece of shit. So, bye, Dante. I don't have to say he's good anymore. When are my game day streams starting? When games start, man? What do you mean? I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm gonna put the Red Bulls in A tier. I truly think they got better. I think they're gonna minus the John Tolkien loss. Who's the left back now? Kyle Duncan at left back. That's not happening. They're gonna this guy Marcelo Morales has to be a left back, right? Yeah, he's a left back. Okay, yeah, they got their guy. Yeah. The Red Bulls building off of last year. I think they're going to be even better this year. I definitely think they had an A-tier window for me. And Carbajo, he's going to get a full year, another year of Edelman developing. This team's good. This team's really good, and I do think they had a great offseason. Next up, we have Orlando. Brother. No, actually, they did fine. They didn't lose much. I actually kind of want to make a video on Jack Lynn. I know that's a very random player to make a video on, but I think something bigger is with his retirement. They lose Facu Torres, which is obviously bad. They picked up this guy. He's like their supposed Facu replacement. Let's see. Yeah, so he's on the Croatian national team, straight up, which is good for him. Like, he is on the squad, at least on the FIFA version of the squad. But that's that's promising. He's still young. I think he could be a good player for them. I don't know if he's Facu level, but he's there. This team didn't get better. I didn't necessarily get worse. Nicholas Rodriguez, I'm curious to see how that goes. I think Edward Atuesta is a great pickup for them in the midfield. Pretty surprising LAFC lost him. At least Finest has returned. That's crazy. Tim Parker's because what's up, Messi LAFC? I think Orlando's a C. They didn't have a bad window, but they didn't have a good one. Better than they're right here. This is good. Damn, this is really shaping up now. Oh boy. Philly! What are you doing? Wait. I think Tom said something about Philly today. Uruguay Youth International forward. Likely to be a DP, though? Maybe I just don't know anything about him. But likely to be a DP? Oh, he was loaned out from Nacional? That's promising. Maybe I'm a hater. I don't even think this guy starts for them. His update, he's worth $800K and you're going to pay him, you're going to give him a DP spot? Shall we do the honors? What's up, Clean Professional Wrestling? Is there a reason Asta is in an A tier? They might go into A tier. I might move them up. That's right. I might move them up. Whew. I might move them up. All right, everyone in the chat right now, who should I move up, Charlotte or Austin? Who had the better window, Charlotte or Austin? And whatever one you say will go up in the A tier. But the reason why I didn't put them in A is because they dropped a lot of great money, or they dropped a lot of money, but do I think they overpaid on their guys? I do think they overpaid a little bit. Other than that, though, I think they did make upgrades and they'll look good. But also, where should I put Philly? But everyone, Charlotte or Austin? Yeah, Zaha's way better than Swiderski. The reason why I put Charlotte so high is, yeah, they only made 3 moves, but they were the 3 quality moves. Like, I really believe in each of those moves for Charlotte. I'm going to be a Charlotte Glazer this year. I'm not going to lie. Crazy huge window. Only overpaid on Uzuni. I think they overpaid on Brandon Vasquez. But no, just Charlotte or Austin. Those are the only 2 I'm talking. Has to be Austin. Yeah, they did bring Ilie Sanchez. All right. Fine. We'll keep it there. Maybe I'll move them both up and it won't matter. I believe in this so far. See if Montreal's going to go up because we got to make room in the F tier. We're at the point in the stream where I cough a lot because I've been talking for so much, for so long. Looks like it's Austin. Yeah, I haven't. I did say earlier, Hudson, that I've not watched Dubersarski. All right. The Portland Timbers, man. I mean, I just feel bad for Portland Timbers fans right now. They have such a good fan base, such great fans, such terrible owners, and such a toxic culture at the club. They're going to lose Evander here. I know he's not on the out yet list, but they're going to lose him. There's no way this is a positive deadline for them or window. Kevin Kelsey, they brought him in. He was the guy that Cincinnati signed last year. He was all right. Joao Ortiz might be promising. Let's look at him real quick. Joe Ortiz, I guess he's not going to be a long-term replacement for Diego Chara. But that's the thing. There's going to be a massive hole here. I don't know who they're rumored to sign. They obviously can't sign anyone until Evander's gone anyways. Can I put the Revs in front of Miami? Just for you, yes. Yeah, it depends, but, there's no rumors yet. So, at least for Cincinnati, I could predict them because we know Evander's most likely going there, and he's rumored to go there, but there's no rumors on who's replacing Evander, Portland might do well. I actually don't think they're going to do well. They were the 8th seed last year. I do think they were too good to be an 8th seed, but you're losing Evander, who is, who many were crying for should win MVP last year. Jesus, the F tier is going crazy today. Do I move Houston up? I guess. Let me know who I should move up or down. Real Salt Lake. Real Salt Lake. All right. They're another one of those teams that's not going to spend a lot. They lost a lot. They lost Anderson Julio. They lost Chicho Arango. Benji Michelle, my king. Eric Holt. I mean, a lot of options decline and all that. Whatever. Rubio Rubin scored a couple good goals and then dipped for the rest of his career. Who'd they get? Elias Manuel. He might fit in there. Kobe Henry, Orange County legend. So I'm going to, he'll be good there. Rafa Cabral, I've heard good things about. People are hyping him up. Maybe he'll start for them this year. He probably should start for them. Although I love my boy, Zach McMath. He's not getting the job done. Who is Ariath Piol, man? Is he on the Salt Lake squad in this thing? Ariath Piol. Nope, he's not here yet. I mean, I'm just not very high on this Salt Lake team. They're going to have a massive fallout. Despite having Diego Luna, I just don't think there's enough around him for them to be good at all. They have a good central midfield. That's really it. Salt Lake, what are y'all thinking for Salt Lake? You got to go buy our CR7. Portland did lose to Vancouver. D for you. Yeah, there's so many teams that are so low down here. Should I raise them up? Should I raise some teams up? I like to keep my tiers pretty even. We can't just have everyone in F. But I think the teams in F kind of... They're C or D. All right. I do think they had a better window than Nashville, but they definitely had a worse than Orlando. So for now, we're going to put them here. Maybe by the end of this, there'll be more. Oh, I think we've gotten to a good one. Oh, San Diego FC. I mean, obviously, they've made a lot of moves this window because they didn't have a team before. So let's just rate San Diego's squad as a whole. So far, Anders Dreyer is an A, or is a B plus DP signing. Chucky Lozano, I think, is an A. I know Mexican fans like to, crap on their own players. He's a great player. Although I just crapped on him, Andres Reyes is going to be good. I think I do think San Diego's making the playoffs their first year. I know a lot of people think they're going to be terrible. Luca De La Torre, Anders Dreyer, Anibal Godoy, Andres Reyes, Loffelson, McVeigh, Chucky Lozano, Doran Ferry, Orange County legend, of course. I think this team's going to be pretty good. I'm going to rate them, and then they've lost these guys. I forgot what they got for them. What are we thinking here for San Diego? San Diego A. San Diego A. Wow. I don't think I don't think they might sneak in. I think they will just be a solidified playoff team off the bat. Fine. I guess we're putting San Diego in A. I'll take it. I mean, it's kind of unfair because their whole roster has been this window, but all right, I hope we get to San Jose. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. It sucks that they're not getting Lucho Acosta. If they got Lucho Acosta, I'd have to create their own tier for them. I think San Jose is an A straight off the bat, and I think just Bruce Arena as their head coach is an A. All right. I think they... All right, who do you think has had a better window? Atlanta or San Jose? Because I think they are 1 and 2. They are 1 and 2. Comment who's had the best window in MLS, San Jose or Atlanta. San Diego B, I'm down. I'm down. I don't feel comfortable putting San Diego in A. San Jose absolutely is in A. But who do you guys think? San Jose should be first? Atlanta? Red Bull? No. Just between. Red Bulls are not B. Atlanta or San Jose? We have 2 San Jose, 3 San Jose, 4 San Jose, 2 Atlanta, 3 Atlanta. I'll give you 5 more seconds. Lucas, I get it, bro. Red Bulls are amazing. I think they had an amazing window, but they're not number 1 or 2 for me. San Jose. All right. Atlanta. Yeah, getting cleats without paying a salary is insane. San Jose. I'll be doing my standing predictions next week, Z. I'll be doing a whole new stream with them. Don't worry about it. California looking very competitive. I agree. It's mixed. You know, I'm going to still go with my gut, and I'm going to put Atlanta at A. But I think San Jose's up there. And had they made Lucho Acosta, had they made that move instead of Dallas, they'd be going all the way up. But I do think San Jose have completely turned themselves around this window. So now are we at Sporting KC? No, we are not. We are at Seattle. This is a weird-ass team. Seattle, man. Obviously, they made some big swings early on in the window. Jesus Ferreira, Albert Rusnak re-signed to a DP deal. Joao Paulo re-signed to not a DP deal, but Paul Arriola. Kim Keehee. What is this? 2019? Jesus Ferreira is actually a good move, but he might not even be there long term. He's probably going to move within the next couple years, probably. If he still wants to go to Europe, if that's a thing. I'm not moving the Galaxy down, man. I'm too biased, Cena, man. You can't make me do that. You got to let me stay biased. What day am I doing MLS standing? Probably next Tuesday, if I were to guess. I haven't thought about next week. D is too harsh for Seattle. I think they're in the C range with these guys. I think they're maybe high C. For Cincy, it's tough to tell yet. I'm gonna put them around here. I think this is fair. What are y'all thinking for Seattle? Everyone, comment in the chat. Seattle. We're doing standing predictions probably next Tuesday. Yeah, we'll be full standing prediction. I know I've talked about the squads today, but we're going to go fully into, which team's better. We're going to go seed by seed, who's better. It'll be cool. I have a cool way of doing it. Oof, I just spat. Hope y'all didn't see that on stream. CCD. Seattle. I like that, Seahawks Sage. All right, now are we at Sporting KC? Yes, we are. I don't know too much about these guys. We're going to look into them a little bit. But Seattle definitely got better this window. So that automatically puts you at least a C, right? Dejan Joveljic, massive upgrade over Alan Pulido. I don't care what any of y'all say. Alan Pulido was buns. Tim Melia, that's finally over. Thank God. Johnny Russell, love the guy. He was washed this year. Fontas, love the guy, washed this year. Remy Walter, kind of washed this year. Dejan Joveljic, let's look at Manu Garcia real quick. Is he in this? I think I already looked these guys up because I was curious about them. Boys coming in from Cyprus. I believe he's the Cam version. Yes. This guy looks promising. Yeah, this guy. Sporting KC. Yeah, this from a couple FIFA ago. So I think that's a good, they finally have a 10. That's good for them. And then Shapi Suleimanov. They always have to have someone that you can't pronounce their name of. All right. Cool. He is certainly a player that plays the sport of football. I'm thinking C. Mason Toy's a good backup. That's true. My favorite team's Galaxy, baby, of course. Why Cincinnati C no Acosta? Because they're going to get Evander in as his replacement. All right, we're dying down here. I'm getting tired here. But put down in the comments where you think they go. C. I think they're C. Yeah. Let's move someone up to B. Let's move Chicago up. Actually, who did Cincinnati? If they get Evander, man, I think I would put them up. Yeah, they got Kevin Danke. Remember, we gotta think about that. They did get Danke. Oof. Let's keep Chicago up here for now. I don't know. If the Acosta thing goes through, who do you guys got? If the Acosta thing goes through, who do you got? Charlotte get an A. I'm ready for that. We're up here. I think Charlotte had a great window. I have minor OCD. Not really. I don't know. But I'm just, I for some reason when I do a tier list, they have to be even. So we're going to have, and with 30 teams, we're going to have 6 teams in every tier. 3 teams left. I think we might have to move San Diego back up. We'll see. Yeah, I think C's fine for them. All right, St. Louis didn't do anything this offseason, but they did enough. They made good moves. Baumgartel, a great free agent signing. I think he's the guy from Schalke they got. Let me fact check that. Baumgartel. I looked in this. Baumgartel, they got him from Schalke, right? Yes. W ball knowledge. I actually think, and then they got left wing. Conrad Wallem. Cool, man. I think this team is actually going to be pretty good. I think because the West is so bad, St. Louis will be back in the playoffs. Yes, their first year might have been a fluke, but I also think last year was also a fluke. Another year of Hartel. If they could get Joel Klaus back to where he was before. What are we thinking? What are we thinking for St. Louis? I definitely think an Eastern Conference team wins this year. St. Louis, I actually think they did pretty well. I think they're kind of here in the mix. So are we going to bump a team up? You know what? We're going to bump Seattle up because I don't want their fans to scream at me. We're bumping Seattle up. As of now, I feel comfortable with this. Let's do actually this. Because Dallas, when they get Lucho, that's good for them. Do I think Charlotte can win MLS Cup? I think they'll be competitive. They have one attacker, bro. They have Choupo-Moting. They have Lewis Morgan. They got guys, bro. St. Louis, give a Sargent over the summer. St. Louis A, I know you're a St. Louis fan, Gummy. Good to see you, Ben. I rate the 2 moves they made pretty highly. And like I said, quality over quantity for me is big here. Hit like for Eli to release Eli Lesser. Oh, Jesus Christ. Why did I read that? I feel pretty good about St. Louis heading into the year. I think they'll be much improved. And I think they made effective offseason moves. So, I don't know. I think C's fine because they didn't do a lot. They didn't lose anyone important, you know? Yeah, they really didn't lose anyone. Toronto, man. Blow it up already. Blow it up. Has Federico Bernardeschi reported to training? Wouldn't surprise me if he did. Or if he hasn't. I think, oh my God. Wait, there's 2 teams that are about to be in F tier. The final 2 teams are absolutely garbage. Absolutely garbage. Canada's going to suck this year. Canada sucks. Am I really about to move Philadelphia up? Ugh. All right. Here's how it's going to work. We move San Diego up a tier. Which B tier team do we move up? I'm going to put Cincinnati, assuming they get Evander. Then we're going to move Real Salt Lake up. Who do we move up here? Yeah, they have crazy defensive depth. Also, all the strikers they lost suck, bro. Elias Manuel, oh my god, oh boo-hoo. I know you're an NYCFC fan, man, but I think you're on your haterade right now. Who do I move up from the F tier? Or do I justify Vancouver in D? Jaden Nelson's got promise. Emmanuel Sabi, I guess they announced that today. That maybe that's something. I mean, nothing that Toronto's done's been good enough. I don't think I could justify any of them higher. Wow. Wow. Oh my god. This is tough. I need your guys' help here. Hey, what's up, Alder? DC up? Hell nah. DC ain't going up. I don't know where to put these last two. I will be doing a preseason prediction. Do not worry. That's all next week. Not going to say anything about that yet. This team sucks. Both of these teams. They're both F tier. I think NYC is objectively the worst. They've literally done nothing. Ooh. One of these teams have to go up. It's not Columbus. I don't think it's DC. It's Portland or Philly. Portland or Philly. Let's go back. Luckily, they'll be right next to each other. Philly. They're about to get that guy that we talked about, the striker. Oh, but they lost so much. DC. Let's look at DC again, I guess. I guess they made moves, so that automatically makes them go up. I mean, I'm not putting Columbus in D. One of these teams got to move up. Yeah, you think it has to be Philly? Wow. All right. Is there anything you guys want to change here? I'm not doing any sort of predictions for the season until next week. Cena, you're being too much of a hater for our own team. Brother, the Portland lot, let it go, bro. The Portland loss, the Evander loss is guaranteed, brother. It's guaranteed. There's no chance he comes back. I'm sorry. Quick, before we head out. Who do I think fell the hardest this preseason? That's tough. I mean, I just think there's a lot of clubs that didn't do enough. I mean, Columbus definitely fell the hardest, actually. What am I saying? Columbus, definitely. Final answer. LAFC A tier? Come on, dude. No, what did they... The thing is, LAFC didn't get better. How can you go into A tier if you didn't get better? San Jose was the biggest riser this year, 100%. Joel, brother, don't blame me for you guys losing. For you guys losing Evander. Don't blame me. I'm sorry, Moises, but like, come on, dude. LAFC didn't get better. They didn't get worse, but they didn't get better. All right. Are we ending it here? I don't think Revs had a better window than Charlotte. I'm going to stand on business on that one. Damn, Joel. Okay, that's a good threat there. That's a real good threat. But what did Portland do? What have they gained? Kevin Kelsey, woohoo! Like, come on. Come on, man. Actually, you know what? Yes, looking at this straight up, fine. Oh, no, don't go back. I guess I'm being a little harsh here. Joao Ortiz. I forgot about him. Joao Ortiz and Kevin Kelsey, they made additions that will play for them. Philly, man. Yeah, Philly needs to stay in F tier for the culture. Sorry, Aldair. That's it. All right, I think we're done here. I do look traumatized because I like Philly. And I feel bad because they've treated me so nice in the past. And over the last 2 years, all I've done is talk crap about them. And this was a team that was so close to winning MLS Cup just like 3 years ago. All right, I think this is good, man. Hope everyone has a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday night. I will not be streaming for the rest of the week. Yeah, I will not be streaming for the rest of the... What Messi LAFC? But I will not be streaming for the rest of the week. As some of you guys know, LAFC makes playoffs. Come on, Richard. That's a little too far. As you guys know, or some of you don't know, next Saturday for MLS kickoff, I will be streaming all day from 11:30 Pacific time to 9:30 Pacific time. Non-stop 10-hour stream, baby. MLS is back, baby. Have a beautiful night.